Hey everybody, Frankie Day here. Okay guys, for this evening for Sunday, I've been sailing all day long with my Radio Controls sail club I belong to, and had a good time with my boats out in the water, and resumed back on the modeling bench. The Isabella will definitely be done this Tuesday morning. Isabella will be finished. I got about, I rigged up about 3 sails of sail line, so I got about 5 more to rig up. I'll finish them up tomorrow, and by Tuesday morning I should have the final deal for Isabella. Right now I've been still been turning to on the Norske Love. So the topic of this evening's video is going to be dedication build for Mr. Dave Mather, featuring the Billings kit Norske Love. This is video number 2. Okay guys, right after video number 1, I went ahead and entered a long thanking session, and one of my commenters on there, I can't pronounce his username, Ayatomi or something like that, and he suggested that I go ahead and plank the deck, and so I was thinking about that pretty much after the video, but I saw such as this wood on here, the mahogany printed deck that they give you. I was going to go ahead and shellac it. I got a feeling, no, that ain't a very good idea, Frank. And so anyway, I came to the conclusion I went ahead and started planking the decks. I'll do it the same way I did with Isabella. I went and got my balsa stripper, and ripped me a whole bunch of darn planks. And so far I got the forecastle deck planked, and I got the gun deck, I got the quarter deck planked. All that's left is the poop deck and the main gun deck be planked. The decks come off, and I went ahead and just to test my curiosity, I went ahead and applied only one liberal coat of shellac, of varnish, polyurethane, wherever it is, on the poop deck. And I seen that and I said, man, I can't have that. All it did is amplified the mahogany wood and brought out all the grains. Because mahogany, it's the most grainiest wood I've ever seen in my life, especially when you finish it with polyurethane or varnish. It had a lot of grains in it, a lot of wood grains in there, and believe you me, guys, you guys do a deck with a ship, looks like even a boat. If it's wooden, you don't see a bunch of grains in it. It's all up a teak. So I went ahead and followed suit on the Norske Love, precisely that as Isabella, by ripping me a bunch of planks, and following suit by going ahead and plank the decks. And they came out pretty good. All the waterways were raised by using plank strips that I cut myself using basswood, and instead of using regular conventional stain like walnut stain, oak stain, golden oak stain, mahogany stain, I went ahead and used this acrylic dark brown. I mix it with denatured alcohol until the consistency like that, almost like water. And I brush it on that basswood and let it sit there for about a couple minutes. Took a rag and wiped it off like you do stain. Came out superb. So I'm using that on my waterways and also belaying benches and such too. Works out good, and once you put the varnish on it, it really amplifies it. It also preserves wood stains, the wood grains in the wood too. They don't act like paint. It's just stain. I just stained it and just wipe off the surplus, and go ahead and varnish it, or whatever you want to do. You don't even have to varnish it. You just go ahead and just wipe it off and go back to the next construction sub-assembly. Anyway, we're going to take the camera, we're going to swing that over here and take a look at Isabella here, guys. And show you how much Frankie Day's done on it and discuss what the next steps I'm going to be doing. Okay, guys, there she is next to Isabella. There's a sneak peek of Isabella. Got all of her sails on, as you can see. And so I'm saving all the goodies, man, for the final reveal this Tuesday. Okay, we're coming to tad here, guys. That's good enough right there. Okay, I got the forecastle deck all planked, and the waterways on the side here. We're going a little closer more. I think I can squeeze in a little more on this thing, guys. Yeah, we got all the waterways right here raised. I used 3/32 basswood strip wood, and I went ahead and pre-bended it to fit the inside line of the existence waterway that was fitted on the deck. So that I used the real deal. And the foremast hole's been drilled already. I got the open cargo hatch right there, wherever it is, where they carry. Wherever it is, I got that cut out. That's going to be on a later avenue during the construction. And we'll see after the quarter deck. Looks like Isabella doing it, guys. As we getting faces of the deck work on it, I got this done. I already had one coat of varnish on these decks. That's it, ain't but no more. One will do it. It's like Brill cream. Little dab will do you. That's all you do. Now look back here, guys. Like I told you, I tried to keep my curiosity by putting regular shellac, I keep saying shellac more, varnish. I put one coat of varnish on that thing. And you can see some of the caulkings of the print wood, but see these hideous looking grains on here? I was looking at this gun deck right here and it had the same similar grains on it. I said, man, if that deck looks like that, this deck, the main deck of the gun deck, sure is going to look like the same thing. So I can't be having that. That would not be kosher. To go ahead and shellac the deck and walk away and say, hell with it, you know. I mean, that's an eyesore right there. So, opposed to that, this is what it's going to look like when I get done. So next, I'm going to go ahead and plank the poop deck. And do the same to that. Like I say, guys, these decks, they come off. They'll pop off. The next, I'm going to go to the gun deck right here. I'm going to remove that whole deck. I'm going to cut open those gangway hatches, open up the mast holes, and I'm going to go ahead and rent me a bunch of planks and follow suit with the planking on that. Add the waterways on the side. And once all these decks are completely planked, like the way I want it, next step is I'm going to take this deck off here, take out the poop deck, and also the quarter deck. Take that off. I'm going to go ahead and add these beams. They got some print wood stock on there. On the print wood, it's got these beams. You got to take a jigsaw and cut these beams, these deck beams out, and you got to cement them flush on the bottom of this deck here where it's seated at. And it has a kind of like a curvature of the deck. And this deck here will rest on it. I'll clamp it well with clamps and let it dry. And aft, poop deck, quarter deck will see the same treatment. Once that's done, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and cement the decks in place and let it dry. Because these decks got to be mechanically sealed and glued. They got to be glued down before you start to add the side shears, which gives it the form of the ship itself. But before I start putting the side shears, underneath the keels in this area here, there's called a mast step. Well, that mast step, all it is a piece of wood that's rectangular, and it glues on top of the false keel. on the false cable. When that mast comes down, they have something to rest on. That's why they call it a mast step. So I got about 3 mast steps I got to do on this. And also on this hatchway over here, there's some flooring underneath it to simulate a void space where you can put barrels, crates, anything to simulate cargo. And once that's all done, they're going to go ahead on the cutwater right here. There's a piece right here that's precisely like the cutwater on this cut plywood piece here. I'm going to glue it on the side, port the starboard side there. That's going to be where your plank is going to butt, just like Isabella. It's going to butt up against it. And over here, I got 2 more half cheeks that come down over here. And all these formers from here forward is going to be chamfered, beveled. So when you lay the plank strap across it, running a straight plank, it'll rest evenly on the ribs. Because like I said, fellas, in video number 1, if you don't do that, you'll put a kink inside your wood. It will not glue. It has nothing to glue to. You know, it's just like a fine edge. It's like gluing wood on a knife edge. That's about the best way I would describe it. And the same thing aft on the stern, on the rudder post, stern post aft. There's another butt piece too. It's called a butt strip that fits right here. And it's got one aft too. That way when the plank comes in, it has something to rest against to. It also keeps your planking uniform with the contour of the hull. And so when that's all done, now it's called planking time. Before you plank, this vessel was designed almost prefab. They got side skins that fit on the side called shears. And these shears will give the total profile of the ship. And down below with the shears, we'll receive the planking. And the plank strips are about a ½ inch thick, so it won't take too much of that to plank this hull. And every time I get into this ship right here, it takes me back many, many years ago when I was young. And I had this vessel before it got destroyed. And so I wanted to do a little better this than the last one I did. The last one I did, I went ahead and shellacked the deck. And it looked like that aft section back there like I showed you. And my eye was not very keen back then. It's keen now, and it'd be a waste of a good build if I went ahead furthermore and varnished the entire deck of the ship. You see nothing but wood grains. And the lines, actually, the printed caulkings of the simulated deck disappear too. That's another thing too, guys. They disappear. Just like Houdini, it's gone. And so all the details lost. All this is a piece of finished wood with wood grains with deck furniture on it. And that'll look too good. So I elected not to do that anymore. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. I already got like I said, I got the forecastle deck all planked, foredeck all planked. So I'm gonna zoom out on the poop deck and get that done, and then get the. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the gun deck and do the same. Once that's done, I'm gonna add the butt strips on the stern post, also the bow, mast steps, that cargo false deck for the cargo hatch right there. Then deck beams are going to be cemented on here, so the decks are completely fixed on here. They're secure and glued. Once that's done, I'll really do the shears and the planking. And she'll build pretty much like Isabella. Okay guys, that about does it right there. So we'll bring the video back to yours truly, finish up the video here, guys. Tonight I think I'm going to go ahead and do some painting, plan a painting on my measurement 410 for Mr. Martin Lambett's group and buddy build for the 410 Hornet. And get that all squared away and get that get some pictures of that on Facebook and make a final reveal on that. And the great thing's gonna be fun. Next month is gonna be a wonderful, wonderful month. It's gonna be the Snippy Tippy build. And that's gonna be a big, big, big build. I can see that. I can see a lot of videos coming up on that. And it's gonna be really exciting. Have a 3 1/24 scale Hawker Typhoons. That's going, because each one of them are going to be built differently. That's artistry of a modeler here. All modelers are different. That's what makes such a wonderful thing. Okay, guys, so stay tuned. This Tuesday morning I'll have the final reveal on Isabella. And before I close, I'll pick up this camera right here if it's friendly, and we'll take a look at Isabella right here. I went to old Frankie day down on it. There's all the sails, guys, right there. Got all the sails on. All you do is rig the sail lines, it's done. She's finished. And like I say, go up closely. Instead of looking at me, you can look at the profile of Norske Love. Bow on. She's getting there, guys. Pardon me for that little blooper a while ago. I wasn't holding the camera right, so. Okay, guys, I'm out of here right now, guys. I'm a little tired right now. I got face got all sunburned. I've been out in 90-degree sun all day long, and had a good time sailing my sailboats. Sun took it out, took the gray out of my sails, and I'm gonna go ahead and put Norske Love away and do some more work on it tomorrow. And right now, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the Measurement 410 and watch a little bit of YouTube and hit the fart sack and call it a day. And wake up tomorrow bright and early. Work on Isabella. Later on, work on Norske Love. Get that darn poop deck all planked. Then move the gun deck on same thing. Okay, guys, just rambling. Okay, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for your wonderful comments and everything. And God bless you guys. And Tommy, thank you very much. Excellent suggestion, sir. I followed suit. I got the decks all planked, so it's all good. So old Frankie Dave listens to a lot of model builders out there. And a lot of things I don't know, a lot of things I do know. So you can't teach an old dog new tricks. They will learn. Okay, I'm out of here. Make Mama happy. God bless you guys. Happy modeling. Please subscribe. And build on. And I'm building on too. Bye, fellas. God bless you guys. Take care of you, fellas. Take care of yourselves, fellas. Bye, boys.